What's good, man? It's your boy Juicy J, man. Shout out to Virtual Homework Podcast.
It is a very spooky day in podcasting history.
Yeah, maybe spooky to alcoholics. It's Sober October. Woo! Sam's participating.
Add some like bat noises and like thunders to that.
Ooh, alcoholics beware.
No, it's October
You're in
1st,
for
so
a
it's
scare.
Like it's spooky month, and we might do some spooky things this month for the podcast. I'm thinking.
Spoiler alert: I have not. No, I haven't thought about that. I'm not a Halloween guy. I'm sorry, legitimately.
I'm not really either. I like the concept, but it's just like people go way too into it. It'll be like July, and people are like posting pictures in fucking Halloween outfits.
Well, it's like just really any holiday, like Flag Day nuts. They're going nuts for flags. I don't know. I'm just Christmas. What am I saying? Anyway, Dana had like 7 spooky game choices, and he's like furiously deleting them all after I like shut down the idea immediately.
I will make you play 1, maybe 2, like actually like scary as fuck games this month, and you're gonna hate it.
I hate horror, and it's fine because you're gonna play some stuff that you hate too this month.
Yeah, so like I'm not a huge horror fan myself, but like straight up just streaming it makes me feel so much better. Like if I'm like doing it like where other people can view it, maybe no one is, but like it actually genuinely makes me feel better playing it.
I mean, yeah, the demons, if they get you, at least there's video evidence, so you're fine with it.
This is a video game podcast.
It's a video game podcast, and if we're talking about scary games, if we're talking about horror themes or really just demonic elements, things that spook you. What game did you pick this week? That's right, we're back to picking games after a long time.
You guys don't understand how excited I am for this one. We played Diablo 2 Resurrected. I'm gonna preface this. I do not give a fuck what Sam thinks about this game. Well, I do, actually. His experience in the game is gonna be completely different than mine. I played like 100 hours of this game. Like, when did this game come out?
I think it came out roughly a week ago. Yeah, like quite literally a week ago.
I have like 104 hours played.
I think the math is wrong. There's no way either the game came out a little earlier or like you literally just quit your job.
It came out the 23rd.
104 hours.
Yes.
So 23rd was 8 days, 104 hours. That is 13 hours a day. You played this game for 13 hours a day?
Yes. It's
a nice round number, honestly. I'm surprised. Friday the 13th? I don't know.
I don't know if it was exactly 104. It was at least 100, though.
I mean, like, I was legitimately concerned for you a little this week. I'm, like, trying to contact you. Like, you went from, like, responding to my messages in a reasonable time frame. It's like, oh, I haven't talked to Dana in, like, 4 days.
I would straight be playing and doing the same grind from, like, 8 p.m. till 7 in the morning every single day.
I have not seen you get this into a video game since we started the podcast, which begs the question, was this game good? Did you like it?
This is my favorite game of all time. Absolutely.
This is your favorite game of all time, or Diablo 2 is your favorite game of all time?
This is Diablo 2. This is just like a better version of the original Diablo 2.
Okay.
Before we go into this and stuff like that, let's explain what this is. This is the original ARPG. Diablo 2, like this is the, what everyone's favorite games nowadays are based off of, like Path of Exile.
Never played it.
I can't think. Grim Dawn, any of these other like great games that are coming out nowadays are all based off of people who fucking love Diablo 2, because this game did it the best first. You speak to a lot of older people like myself who used to game back in the day, and they'll think fondly of this game because of we just had fantastic fucking time with it.
Yeah, this was actually my first rated M game that I ever played in my life. So I distinctly remember at a certain age, like you have a birthday party and like you open gifts in front of people, and I got like Backyard Baseball and Diablo 2 in the same birthday, and needless to say, my parents were actually smart. Like, honestly, like all my friends played like Grand Theft Auto when they were in elementary school. Like, my parents actually did research. Like, maybe he should play Diablo 2. The thing is, I played it for like 1 hour. I remember specifically, I was like in a town and then I had to like go in a tunnel like underground, and then they're like, "Oh, you can't. There's a lot of blood. You're gonna stop playing this game." I was like, "Come on!"
You played it for real this time.
I played it for real this time, and honestly, I had a completely different experience than you. I don't think that this game is friendly to a new player whatsoever. I was overwhelmed and confused. That was how I would describe me playing this game.
But you also played it on console, which is like a complete fucking different experience.
You told me it'd be the same, but I'm like, I want it on my Switch. Why not?
I said it was going to be better on the PC.
I remember this conversation, and you were saying like, hey, or I was like, hey, I'm going to get this game. I'm thinking about getting it on the Switch. What do you think? And I'm like, I was like, oh, do you think I should get this on the PC? Do you think it's going to be a fundamentally different experience? I think I used those words exactly. You're like, I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I said PC is going to be better.
I think you might have said like, PC is going to be the best, but it's not going to be bad on Switch. I think that's what you said to me. Which, I mean, like, the thing is, I just called this game fundamentally confusing and terrible for new players. I'm going to say I had a relatively fun time. I didn't get nearly as into it as you. I'm like level like 12. Like
oh god,
like
so you barely that's like something you do in like the first like 10 minutes.
No, I played this game for like 4 hours.
What the fuck were you doing?
I beat Act 1.
Oh, I'm proud of you. So you killed Indariel?
No, I didn't beat Act 1. I don't know why I'm on there's 5 parts, okay, or there's 6 parts. I'm on the 5th part. Okay,
nice.
It was such an easily verifiable lie. Why did I say that?
So did you at least get to like the catacombs or anything like that?
There's like this cave, and then there's like levels in the cave.
Yeah,
I think that's it. You go to
okay, so yeah, you got to like the underground pass probably.
Yeah, I don't really remember the names of everything. There's like this game. I'm trying to like come.
That's why I gave you all these resources.
You gave me like a guide. But the thing is, like, this game, I understand that they're trying to be faithful to, like, the original Diablo 2 experience, but, like, games were allowed to be confusing in 2002 if they were ambitious.
Yeah.
Like, now the layout just doesn't make sense. It's like, this is, like, an online game, but, like, each individual level has its own online environment. I was, like, confused. I'm like, why is it not just, like, a server where you do quests one after the other?
What do you mean?
Like, so what is Diablo to you?
Okay, Diablo is you are able to pick one of several classes. You have Barbarian, Sorceress, Assassin, Druid, Necromancer, Paladin.
No one's gonna be impressed if you can name them all by memory.
I can't think. I'm hoping that's all of them.
Characters.
And you have skill trees for each different class. So you have multiple different builds that you can build by getting certain items by playing through the game. Like the real meat and potatoes of the game is not necessarily just like the new player experience or just leveling and playing through the game. It's like the end game of like creating like crazy powerful characters and just farming crazy gear, which is. This is a boomer game, man. Like you had to have played it before to like love it, and it's doing really well. And streamers and me alike are playing hundreds of hours of it.
I thought Asmongold doesn't like it, and therefore it's trash game.
Well, like he just didn't grow up playing it.
When you start the game, you start it in like a certain level, right? You start it in like Act 1 or Act 2, etc.
Yeah, so there's the game consists of 5 different acts that you play through beginning to end. There are 6 quests in each act that you can complete. Not all of them you have to complete, but typically by just playing through it, you will complete all 6.
Okay, yeah. So like but the thing is, like when you individually select an act and a quest, like you're doing this in the online mode, and then like I still didn't really see anyone in the online. I'm just genuinely confused how this works.
I have no idea what you're talking about because it's completely different on PC.
I don't. Okay, the thing is, like I was just lost, and I was having fun pressing the button.
I think that
the demon.
I think the game is fundamentally different on console more so than I thought it would be.
The thing is, I bet it isn't, and like. Me showing you this immediately when I do it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're an idiot. You don't know what this means. Like I feel like I'm just not explaining the thing. I'm just like struggling here.
Were you at least putting like skill points in and like using
yeah, okay,
a build?
I did. I was an assassin. I thought I was an Amazon person, so I kind of messed up initially because I didn't read my character. But I was assassin lady, and nice. I used a guide.
What kind of assassin were you?
I didn't get. You get to like level 75 before you make those decisions.
No, you start right away.
No, it's the guy.
There's like 4 different like skill trees.
You sent me. Oh No, but you sent me a guide, and the guide said just do this one. This is the superior skill tree.
Oh, okay, then you picked that. I think you picked traps in. Will you put like things on the ground, or are you like kicking shit in the face?
I had a bomb, and the bomb went to the direction.
So you experienced the new player experience of just like playing through the physical game, because how the game works is there's the 5 acts, you play through it, and then you have to do it a second time on the nightmare difficulty, where the enemies are twice as strong, have twice as much HP, and then you have half as much resistance to their attacks, so you just get fucked up unless you have better gear. And then after you beat the entire game a second time, then you have to beat it a third time on hell difficulty, where everything just like basically one shots you unless you have like crazy gear.
How did this game get popular? Because this was just fun. I didn't even know how it was online. Like, I saw like 2 people ever that maybe weren't part of my party.
Okay, yeah, on PC it's like you either pick single player or you join an online game. That's it.
No, I always did online, but I never like saw people. Maybe it's because I was in like the very beginning of the game.
So it's different on Switch. Like on PC, there's like a list of games, like hundreds of games that you can just like join and just play with people.
Yeah, I think I did like an auto join thing.
Yeah, like I think console has like auto join, which you can't like create like on PC. You can like create a game that's like, oh, I'm starting Act 1, like, and then people who are starting Act 1 will all join. That's the fundamental problem on console, is like you can't like do that. You're just like joining random people that might be in the same area as you.
Okay,
and you can't you can't talk or like communicate with them. So
right now it sounds like I'm like the 70-year-old guy calling Apple tech support, and you're like trying to walk me through it. So let's actually, what are your thoughts on this game as a Diablo fanboy?
This game it's fucking fantastic. I beat the game on hell, and then the concept of the game is like basically playing through the game is like only half of it. The end game is where it's so fun, because basically what you do is you kill the same boss 10,000 times to try to get best in slot gear, and that's all you do. That's it. You just do that for fucking 10 hours a day, every day, and it's the most fun thing on the planet. This is, like, you take to anyone that's a gambling addict, this is their first taste of it. It's infinite scratch-off tickets, because every time you kill that boss, man, it's a scratch-off ticket to get a best-in-slot item, because it's a random chance, and it's just, oh my god. Oh, I would literally sit at work, like today, I was sitting there wishing I could play this game. Like, so, I wish I was playing it right now.
I have an interest in this because you obviously care about Blizzard products, and you've been through all the remasters and stuff. Where Warcraft Reforged failed, where does this game succeed? Because it doesn't seem like this game has bad reviews or anything like that. And
no, it did everything really well. It fixed a lot of the systems, like it added extra shared stash inventory, which was a huge thing. In the old version, you only had one stash, which is like a storage, like little chest you had in any given town to put your stuff in. Now you have 3 extra tabs that are shared between all your characters, so you can share items, which is like super convenient. The graphics, oh my god, this game is beautiful. Can you switch between the regular graphics and the old school graphics on the console?
So the thing is, when I was playing this game, the first thing I wrote down, because I do have notes, was that, oh my god, that cutscene graphic was beautiful. But like for some reason, I was actually pretty underwhelmed with the graphics within the game. They weren't like old school like Diablo 2.
Can you see what do they have a option on console to like go back and forth?
Well, let me get my Switch, okay? I'm curious here. Like, for example, you like go into a certain act and then you choose which quest you want to do.
Yeah, that's nothing like that on PC.
Oh. Why'd you tell me to get the worst version of the game?
Didn't.
You're like, Sam, you should get the Switch version.
I definitely don't think I did. I'm sorry. The PC version is fucking amazing.
The thing is, I had fun with this.
But like, you can see like this, you can like switch between the new graphics and the old ones.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that on Switch.
I think this game is so true to the original, is that you don't even realize their new graphics until you're like, holy shit, this game is phenomenal. Everything about it is better as far as interface, like the little tiny things as far as how they change like buttons and stuff like that. There are a couple like nuances that I'm not a fan of. Like some of the helms that were like super iconic in the original don't look as cool like in the remaster, which leads me to believe that the people who remastered it, was it like Victory Vindictive Games or something like that, or the people who did it, they didn't actually play Diablo 2 like as hardcore, so that they didn't like think about that kind of stuff. But other than that, it is so true to the original.
But okay, I mean, like, I'm glad that you like it as a fan of Diablo 2, but I feel like this game, like,
this is 100% a boomer game. 100%
yeah,
a boomer
I was gonna
game.
say, like, the thing is with a remaster, like, you have to thread the line of being faithful and then also like being fun, I guess. And like, I'm not gonna say it's not fun because obviously the people who enjoy Diablo 2 really enjoy Diablo 2, but I think that they were a little too faithful, if that makes sense.
So, do you want me to give you an example of what I do in this game real quick?
I mean, sure, because like honestly, I just played Diablo for a couple hours. I don't get it. I never got it. The only Diablo I get is Diablo Immortal. It's a mobile game.
This is what I literally do for 10 hours straight.
Like, the thing is, I'm looking at this, and, like, I guess I didn't think I got Diablo, but I feel like, yeah, this doesn't look that different than what I did. The thing is, fundamentally, when you're playing this podcast and you're not choosing the games, like, there are going to be games that are just not super up your alley. I can recognize that Diablo is a good game, but maybe it's just not for me. Maybe because I'm not into the genre, I couldn't get into it and then play it for 100 hours a week like you. You know, just all my responsibilities gone. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
okay. I was like, you're so engrossed in this game. I just like when I like, you know what? Maybe it was friendship along the way, and he's like, I got this item, I got the XP,
and that's what I do. Just that.
Yeah.
And then
he tunes out of his friendships and family, and
I save and exit, and I play again, but I won't play again because we're podcasting.
Yeah. Data is actually addicted to video games. Like, we'll be like doing a podcast, and then it's like, I've been surfing for the last 45 minutes. I'm like, that's that fucking noise in the background. That's your keyboard.
I will only surf if I think because you're like doing something like, hold on. And it's like, all right, 10 minutes of me surfing. And then like you just start podcasting out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah, you got to be ready to podcast at a moment's notice. Okay, we're talking like I call you, it's 4 a.m. I'm like, help, I'm being held hostage. We need to podcast. And then you got to be ready. I don't know. So like, I picked Assassin because, I don't know, I was just like, I'm going to do something different. I normally am not this type of character. How different is the experience, though, from class to class?
Every single character is different. Barbarian is terrible. Barbarian is unplayable starting out.
Starting out, I'm saying. Like,
yes, starting out, yeah.
Okay.
Barbarian is... Sorceress is the best class to start as because it's the easiest and strongest, followed by Paladin. And basically, you just want to play those two, and that's it.
Well... what I'm saying is because, like, I just went up to the enemy and I spammed the attack button and then they died.
Well, did you use any special abilities?
I used the bomb one. I chuck a bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that one. And then I had another one, but I forgot about it. Data's like, I'm so sad right now.
No,
he chucks the bomb. That's all he knows how to do.
It's funny because you're like, I played for hours. I got to level 12. It's like, I think I got to level 12 within like 4 minutes of me playing this game. That's because I have like P90X treadmill, like know exactly what to do every in and out of how to get to like maximum efficiency. Like
I don't fundamentally understand how you'd be able to get to like it like I was like hitting. I was like legitimately like trying to go out of my way to kill as many enemies as I could, and like I could.
Do you want to see me get to level 12 in 4 minutes?
No, I don't want to see that because I would just feel embarrassed. But like I don't know.
A lot of it for me is the online interaction because you're on console and because the online interaction is severely limited. Like my fun is 90% online interaction, like the whole trade economy. Like there's like websites dedicated with like 20,000 people on at any given time that you can like buy, sell, trade items in this game, you know, barter, auction,
I fundamentally had a single player experience,
fun.
Even though I was playing online. I didn't interact with
this
a single person.
This definitely an online game. I use 100% of online experiences to like level.
I don't even know what you join a party and then they all kill stuff and then you share XP.
Yeah.
Okay, like, that would have been really helpful.
With like 8 people, like there's like 8 of us.
That
just
would have
like
been
blasting
super helpful
through everything.
If I was able to play this game with anyone, despite me going online and then choosing I want to play with people.
I feel really bad. I really wish you played on PC, and I wish I would have made a point to say like, "Hey, play on PC." Because I think you would have had a fundamentally different experience.
I don't know what to say because the game costs $40 on Switch. And
I'm sorry.
The thing is, I bet I'm just like you. I bet if you got this on Switch, you would be like, "Oh, he's just an idiot," and like, there's a million ways to play with people.
Well, no, but I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that I do. Like, I'm a power user that I wouldn't be able to do on Switch.
Power Poozer, more like it. But
I think I can play my character on Switch though.
yeah, you told me when I was worried about getting this game on Switch, it's like, oh, all the characters are cross compatible. Don't worry about it.
I don't wonder. I think we can play with each other. I could probably like help you.
You could, but that's assuming I'm ever playing this game again. So
I immediately after this podcast, I'm going to be playing this.
No, you're going to be playing the new podcast game because you're going to get addicted to that, and then you're never going to play this one again. So, Space Draft 2.
I give this a please no, God no. I give this a this is one of my favorite games, the best game ever made of all time because I am biased and I am an addicted boomer. If you are not those things, you may not have a similar experience. That being said, though, let me tell you, I have a lot of friends that like these kind of games but have never played Diablo 2 who have been playing it right now and they're having a fantastic time.
I don't I feel like I just missed something. I legitimately
I literally think it was just you playing on Switch.
I had fun. I don't know. But I feel like I missed something went wrong. Something went terribly wrong. It's like, I don't know. You're able to enjoy RuneScape, but for some reason you didn't know you could leave Tutorial Island. It's like, I enjoyed it. RuneScape's fun, but it doesn't feel like everyone else played RuneScape. This Tutorial Island's not that big. Why is this game so popular? Like
I mean, you fundamentally played like 2% of the game.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm a businessman. I have business obligations. Okay, all my businesses lined up. I can't.
Busy boy.
I can't just drop at a dime of a hat and play. That's why I got a Switch version to Diablo, because it's like I need to be able to play Diablo on the go. I'm a businessman.
I felt so bad because I was playing so much, and I'm like, you're so busy, and it's like,
it's not that I'm busy. It's that I like literally like it took me. Is there like I understand there's a map, and like when you walk in areas, like it uncovers the map. But like, is there an overall map? Like, can I see the entire map on a big screen?
No.
Okay, because I spent like nine years wandering trying to find this goddamn cemetery so I could kill the cemetery.
Well, it's like, but you have your map unblocked when on PC on PC you can move your map to see like where everything is.
Maybe I could do that. I had no idea how, but yeah, I was just like. Half this game I spent just wandering. I was like, where's the cemetery so I could kill the Raven Lord?
Oh, something Raven.
That's like the second boss in the game.
Tough.
I hit the A button. They died.
I'm proud of you. Listen, you had the new player experience, which I'm like the P90X super like sweaty nerd experience, and you're the new player experience.
They just juicing. We're not stop saying P90X bullshit. You're injecting steroids into your balls.
Like I'm like shaking. I'm so excited to play this game after podcast.
He's not gonna play it. He's gonna be playing the new podcast game. It's gonna be great.
I will. So was there anything that like stuck out to you in this game?
Confusion.
What were you confused by?
Just everything.
Yeah, see, like I said, like their entire interface and like how you had to pick a quest is like completely different than anything on the PC. So I
confusion around the gameplay, confusion around why people like this, confusion about hype, confusion about like what people describe as Diablo gameplay versus what I'm playing. Confusion about people saying the graphics are really good when I thought they were really okay. I mean, I'm looking at the resolution. The Switch resolution, apparently it maxes out at 800 by 600.
Yeah,
which is that's great. Confusion regarding how to get my money back because it's $39.99 and I want to play it on PC. Should I bite the bullet? Should I spend an extra $40?
Do you think you'd actually play it on PC?
No, the ship has sailed.
I'll give you my account to play on.
We're done.
The podcast is over.
No, well, maybe. We'll see. I mean, the thing is...
Well, after you talk about my favorite game, I don't know, maybe.
You're going to have a new favorite game after this podcast.
Tune in next week to find out the thrilling conclusion. Will Dana leave the podcast?
If you leave the podcast, it's not like I'm going to do an episode by myself. It's like no tuning in next week in that case, right? I've gone long enough. Okay, you say a lot of words out of 10 positive. I say it's okay. It's not the best game I played in the podcast.
Top 3 for me.
At least top 65. We played 70 games. This is episode 70.
Oh, happy 70th birthday, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. All right, well, moving on from the worst game ever made. I'm just, at this point, I'm happy. Oh my God. All right, moving on. What else is new?
What didn't we actually talk about? That's like,
like the most important thing this week, the thing that like actually matters. So Twitch is announcing a new feature. So you've heard of gift subs, you've heard of bits. Now they want to implement, or at least they're testing this out. I'm not sure how successful it's going to be. Viewers can pay to advertise a stream. So I think that right now you have a front page on your Twitch, and you basically pay for hits. So if you pay $1, you get 100 hits. Or actually, what are these numbers that are showing up? 1,000 recommendations for $1.
oh, so what that is if you notice, do you ever get like recommended streams on like the left? Like you actually see those, because how most people access their the streams that they follow is on like the left side. Like there's like that drop down of streams, like, but at the all the way bottom there's like a line and it says like recommended streams, which may be people who are friends with people you watch or like play similar games. But I imagine that's where they're going to show up.
Yeah,
that's
it's probably going to be like a promoted stream column.
That's some of the best discoverability I've ever seen on this platform.
Yeah, so
like,
the thing is,
that's awesome, because I've found like 5 or 6 different streamers like recently from that era.
Yeah, but first they're going to root it, because now it's just going to be people who pay instead of actual recommendations.
So but, I don't know how to feel about it though.
So I understand the anger in that Twitch has terrible discoverability. Actually, the thing is, I gotta dispel the rumor that Twitch has terrible discoverability. I feel like Twitch has really bad discoverability, or at least used to have really bad discoverability for those who, like, I don't know, just expect them to do everything. Have they tried other platforms? Have you tried to use YouTube? How does anyone get discovered on YouTube? They have to like share it with all their friends and family, and then maybe after getting 1,000 people to pick up on it, they'll actually do something. I don't know. Or you could just abuse the Shorts algorithm. But Twitch, honestly, in certain communities has terrible discovery, certain communities is fine. If you're not playing Fortnite, Twitch has okay discoverability, and I think they've improved with features like recommended streams, etc.
Yeah.
But as
recommended streams is actually like a fantastic. As
a platform that has notoriously bad, or at least people think it has notoriously bad discoverability, to instead of quote unquote fixing that and creating a pay to win system is going to be terrible from an optics perspective. I'm gonna say right now, just in terms of like benefit to the streamer, this is insanely cheap if these are the numbers they're going with. 1,000 recommendations for $1, like sign me up.
Boy, what the fuck? We can literally go do that right now. I'll just like rip open my butthole.
You're gonna goatsy? What were you gonna say before you went goatsy on me?
I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. So at the same time, there's like a bunch of like 100 viewer streamers that are like really entertaining and stuff like that I could see like me personally, like if I was watching them, like, hey, like I'll throw $5 at this shit to get some people looking at you, and stuff like that. But like how do like people like abuse it by like making like if you're a streamer, right? Let's say you're getting 0 views and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna make a bunch of alt accounts and just throw money at myself. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, there are 0 features on Twitch right now that, or I guess, no, that's not true. I was gonna say there's no features on Twitch that you like can't do to yourself. I'm thinking gift subs, basically, which also keep in mind, gift subs were the original like boosting of your stream. How many gift subs have you gotten from streamers you don't watch? Because some rich whale
all the fucking time,
like, some rich whale is like, oh, I'm gonna gift 1 billion gift subs, and then it's like, oh, I guess I'll check out this person I have an emote of. So this is just a more targeted system. I feel like it's a better bang for your buck. But it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way because it just makes the platform more pay to win, which makes sense. The thing is, this really doesn't have that much diminishing return, or this has a lot of diminishing returns for like,
absolutely.
Like this is good for the person with 15 viewers, a lot more than the person with 100 viewers. Like I really feel
absolutely. Yeah.
that this feature is going to be dead on.
I think this could genuinely help out like actually good streamers, because there's going to be a lot of shit streamers who like aren't that entertaining or anything like that are going to be doing it. But like if you actually have like good content and you want to get it out there, like this actually isn't an awful way to do it.
Yeah, I think that it is relatively smart as an implementation. It makes people feel bad. It's just icky getting a streamer recommendation knowing that someone paid for it. It just is how it is. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but
yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of like the morality behind it. I just don't know if it's a good or a bad thing now. I'm more interested to see how it plays out. Like, realistically, what's going to happen is just like you're going to have 10,000 people promote fucking XQC, like just for like the memes. Like, oh, yeah, XQC.
It's going to be weird to see like this feature really shouldn't exist if you're over a certain viewership, like, which is like ironic, but like
probably not.
it is probably just going to be flooded with large streamers. I'm cautiously optimistic. I first read this announcement and I was like, this is gross, but I like the people that this works for are the people who have smaller communities that are willing to spend money. Like there are a ton of streamers I know with like 10 viewers who like there are people in the chat with like the $1,000 bit badge and stuff like that. Like
because they support them and stuff like
love
that.
Them. The thing is like those smaller communities, like one of the reasons why people join those is because they're so insular. Like you the parasocial relationship goes to the max. Like these people are like, holy shit, this person is my best friend.
Like the random people from South America who would be in your stream every day.
I don't actually get the reference here.
I could have swore there like when you were streaming, you'd have like random people from like South America or like Brazil or something like that that'd come into your stream like all the time and like
those were
like,
different
hello.
people though, because my name was Picante and they thought I spoke Portuguese. Like that's just like how it always was, and like it's kind of a weird dynamic in that like the people who are in those really insular tight communities that are still whales might not want to promote they have a good thing going, they don't want it to change, but honestly
you never know. I mean like for example like myself, like I can see like if I was like watching, like there are a couple like really low streamers I could probably throw like $5 at him or something like that, you know, because it's like I actually appreciate it, because I guess maybe I think differently. I'm not like selfish about it. I'm more
You're
like,
built
hey,
different.
like I like this. I'm built different. I just like the content, so I'll help you guys out, you know.
I think that this is probably the best bang for your buck to help out a streamer. So I guess the thing is the financial implications of this. The streamer doesn't get any of the money, but I guess the best thing you could do monetarily to help a streamer grow is this. The best thing you could do in general is just watch a stream and interact with it, because Twitch takes notice to that. But like, I'm super selfish. If I'm giving people money, it's almost always through bits, because you get permanent emotes now, and like I don't want to have to like be on a monthly payroll. So my order is probably bits, then subs, then gift subs, and I'm trying to think of any other monetary thing you could do. But
I think I've only gifted like maybe 20 subs in my lifetime.
Well, you should have been buying NFTs instead. Terrible transition. Have you seen Lindsay Lohan made a furry NFT?
I try to forget every day of my life, to be honest.
Every day since like the last 3 days this was announced.
Let me tell you though, Mean Girls is a fantastic movie. I don't care what anybody says. Everything else Lindsay Lohan has ever done in her life has been awful, but man, Mean Girls is a fantastic movie.
I think it's like one of those movies that's like way overrated. Like
I also haven't seen it in fucking like 20 years.
Well,
so
okay,
maybe.
no, like there is this like weird, you know, it's just like have you seen A Princess Bride?
Nope, never.
People are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I think Princess Bride is one of the most overrated movies of all time. It's like, you hear people like, their entire personality is quoting The Princess Bride, and I'm like, the movie was okay.
It's like Doctor Who.
Dated.
It's like anything just likes anything that's they can attach themselves to.
It's like Norbit.
I don't think there's like hyper fans of Norbit. That'd be sick as fuck though.
Like a Norbit convention? What's the worst movie that could like when I say worst, I don't mean like the worst movie is in like Mein Kampf the movie, but like what's
that could have like a convention?
Yeah, like
I would say like a Serbian film or something like that.
No, okay, that's like worse. The thing is like the people who like this, okay, the people who like a Serbian film are probably sociopaths. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would be really bad to go to.
No,
that.
I just mean like terribly mediocre. Like I was reading the Wikipedia page for Soul Plane the other day, and I'm just like, why? Why does this movie exist? Not why am I wasting my life?
Probably. I actually like Good Luck Chuck or something like that. That is the worst movie.
Chuck.
Worst movie I have ever seen in my life.
Does that have Adam Sandler in it?
No, that has Dane Cook. Ugh. I hate Dane Cook.
Employee of the Month?
No, I said Good Luck Chuck.
No, is that another Dane Cook movie? I'm trying to think of.
I don't. He was in Waiting.
Dane Cook, Employee of the Month.
No, don't remember.
Do you remember that movie with the trailer? It was like, oh, you piece of shit Honda.
No. I like the movie Office Space. That's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, don't bring Office Space into a conversation with Employee of the Month. It's like saying, I'm like, yo, you like Ernest Goes to the Moon? It's like, I like Citizen Kane.
I've never seen an Ernest movie. I was just thinking, this is completely unrelated. I was thinking about this at work. What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? Like, okay, like, not like the most embarrassing thing, but like, you ever like randomly like think of like horrible, embarrassing shit you did, like, or it just makes yourself cringe, like that you did like 12 years ago while like laying in bed? when I was in high school, I thought I was like a fucking genius because I got like A's on every test. I just never did homework. I was super fucking lazy. I was in this program called EAST, which is Environmental and Spatial Technology, which was basically a class where you messed with like all the newest technology, like all the newest programs, so like Photoshop,
drones,
yeah, like stuff like that, like all
missiles.
No, not like that. But like, so it's because I was so into it and because I had like the best projects, I got recommended to go to a special program, and these people came from like the UK to teach this class, and so like the whole thing goes over, and the whole thing ends, and they're like, okay, well, we have to go to the train station. Who wants to drop us off? And one of the teachers like, oh yeah, I can. I'm like, no, come with me. Like, I'm just gonna walk to the station. It's just like 2 blocks away. So I don't know why I thought it was 2 blocks away, and like why I thought that I went past the station on the way here. We ended up walking like 2.5 miles. Like, I'm like, it's just around this corner. It's just around this corner. And no, it's over here. Well, I'm like taking these people that are from like a different country, and we get to a point, and then I just run away.
You stranded British people in like Southside Chicago. They're probably dead.
No, it wasn't Southside Chicago. It was like a nice neighborhood. But like I kept like, we literally walked for like an hour. Like I feel like I felt really bad.
I'm just like, what was like the thought? Like, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna run. Like, and
well,
then you
no,
just, like,
it was more
style?
so like, so they're like, where are we going? I'm like, I thought it was over here. They're like, all right, we're gonna look at our phones real quick, and then like, while they were like calling like a taxi or something, I just like ran off.
You see, this is like like my story is just like me being
like, I literally lay in bed sometimes thinking about this and go like, ugh.
My story is just lame. It's me drunk at a club in China, and I grabbed someone by the shoulders, and I was like trying to be like, we're partying, and then I just fell, and they fell. They're like, you gotta leave, and I'm just like, this is the most cringe moment. I'm sorry.
I remember you were saying in China you had to walk home like down the train tracks like 1,000,000 miles.
That was not a fun night.
China sounds like actually a fun place to party if you're like...
Yeah, the thing is, if you're young and cool, it is. Like, the other times I went back, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm no longer like college, like, woo!
Yeah, if you're like 19 or like 21 or something.
Well,
like that,
I think the difference was that I was studying abroad, so I was in university in China, and like,
oh yeah,
and then like when I went back, I was like, just like, hey, my coworkers are like 30-year-old just Chinese businessmen.
Yeah, that's a lot different.
I still like they like went out drinking, and like Chinese drinking culture is insane, and like I like saw many a people our dad's age puke just.
Sometimes you just gotta let it all out.
My Chinese boss had us like stop the bus from a work event so we could pee in the bushes. That was fun.
I guess that's a bonding moment. Like,
yeah, well, that's why they do it. That's why Chinese.
They probably think a lot better of you after it. Did you get really drunk?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, the national alcohol of China is like the 65% terrible tasting sake thing called baijiu.
Was it good?
No, it's just I described it as terrible tasting.
But is it good?
No. It's like, yeah, it's like saying, is Everclear good? I mean, like it does what it's supposed to do, but like so does like a assault rifle. But that's not good. I like that we just didn't talk about the Lindsay Lohan NFT at all. Just could not get on that
It
subject.
was awful. Everything about that shit is terrible.
How long?
The furry art of her, like a second. The furry art of her makes me want to fucking kill myself. I'm at 102 right now, so.
Okay. Yeah, we're
I'm sorry, we've been talking forever. Do you actually want to like start the podcast?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Dude, I'm so excited because I have tiramisu for after the podcast.
I'm gonna call 911 on your address and tell them that
911, Shorty's fire burning on the dance floor.
you play a lot of Fuser lately.
No, I'd rather die on the dance floor.
What if like the menu of a place just was like rim, and then the waiter comes and you rim them?
That's not a fucking restaurant. That's like a porn fucking studio.
You eat it.
It's called Craigslist. You're eating something, eating ass. Would you ever eat ass?
No. I don't really get the appeal, I guess, and I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person, but
I think it's kind of gross, like mostly because I think people don't realize how unhygienic they are back there. Like,
yeah, I
in
mean,
general.
like, even if you clean it well, it's still that.
It's still that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You would have to like do some pretty like put a whole waterfall up your ass. Otherwise, I'm not doing any of this.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it to begin with.
Yeah, it's not for me. I honestly think that it's basically become a meme. There's a lot of people who grew up with it being popularized by the meme, and therefore now it's just a part of their lives. They memed a little too hard, and now they eat ass.
I just don't think I could. Like, you fart out of there. It smells like poopy.
That's what some people want. You're eating a pizza right now. This is the best conversation to possibly have.
What?
You're
Shit
unfazed.
piss. I'm starving. I haven't eaten for like 10 hours.
Okay, well, you're powering through. That's just proof that you actually are. Because you don't mind the ass-eating conversation.
I don't know if you know this about me. Food is like the one thing, like...
That brings you joy, that brings you happiness and purpose, that
like,
makes you
everything.
live to see another day.
Like, food genuinely, like, to get to my heart is fucking food. If someone's like, dude, you want to go out for food? I'm like, yes, I do. Like, food makes me happy. Like, straight up, I'll order food sometimes, and I'll go down there, pay for it, whatever, grab it, and I will be like, hee, like, as I'm coming up the stairs, like, jumping up and down, like, so excited to eat my food. Like, literally.
Food is going to be the way to your heart. I'm just going to say that.
Why?
Dana dead at 35, choked on a pretzel mid-podcast, uploaded the footage to YouTube. It was all laughs.
I do actually have pretzels right here. I got sourdough nuggets.
On the podcast, I've previously said that pretzels are good, but, like, I would not consider pretzels to be, like, the go-to snack. I'll eat a whole thing of pretzels. I never buy pretzels, ever.
Well, it's like I didn't want, like, it was like Doritos. I went to Walmart. They have a terrible selection of like chipped snacks.
I'll just get Doritos. Like it's
I didn't want Doritos. I didn't want something spicy. I'm like, I just a little salty salt, and I didn't want Lay's because I didn't want Lay's.
Snyder's honey mustard pretzels are the only good pretzel-based dish.
I don't like those. I got just the sourdough ones. I like just plain pretzels. I'm a plain kind of guy. Like, I have my pep. I don't put like mustard on anything. Like, vegetables are kind of against my religion. So.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm extremely white. I eat pretzels plain, and I smile at the pretzels.
I don't.
Yes, you look at the pretzel and smile. You already said you squeal like a little girl when you go to the store and buy pretzels.
No, I said if I order food and it's delivered to my home, as I'm coming up the stairs, like, to my apartment, I'm like...
I mean, you could just go order, like, because I don't know if you know this, but 7-Eleven, they deliver now. 7-Eleven delivers.
What the fuck am I going to get from 7-Eleven?
Pretzels. And then you're going to giddy like a little girl. Honestly, I love 7-Eleven so much. I haven't lived by a 7-Eleven in so long. Now I'm right next to a 7-Eleven. I'm going to die. I'm making fun of you saying that you're going to die at 35. I'm just like, yeah, my Sprite and candy consumption is like quadrupled. Do you know what's in a taquito? Because I don't, and I don't want to know.
But the taquitos are actually good. I used to get the frozen ones all the time when I was younger.
7-Eleven has a new Korean barbecue chicken taquito, and it's disgusting. There we go. That's all. You were excited for a second. You're like, ooh.
I was like, I'm like, that does not sound good. But if you say it's good, I'll believe you. But like, no, it is disgusting.
Yeah,
I can't.
It's too saucy.
Can't eat any roller food from anywhere, like roller dogs, anything from like a gas station or anything like that, unless it's Casey's. Casey's fucking rules.
7-Eleven is barely a gas station. Technically, some of them sell gas, but I do not associate 7-Eleven with standard gas station fare, okay? They're slightly above that. If a gas station express or whatever you want to call it is like a for-profit prison, this is just the regular prison. That's what 7-Eleven is. Go-to snack... I think I've shown them on the podcast before, actually. The new Haribo watermelon slices. God damn. So delicious.
Those sound pretty good.
Those do look
Haribo is actually low-key. Because usually I think it's stuff that's covered in sour powder, but like just the plain Haribo fucking gummy bears.
There's like a subreddit of like people who like just love Haribo, and they just like they're like, fuck anyone who likes Trolli. There is Haribo superiority in the candy community. I'm all for it. I mean, like, Trolli is okay, but fuck Trolli. If I had to pick one, Haribo all the way.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Trolli is like an inferior candy in general. Like, their shit actually isn't that good. It's just been around forever, so everyone like knows it. Like, they have the worst worms. Like,
they have those like octopi that you think are gonna be great, and then you're kind of just disappointed by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fuck Trolley.
I mean, but it's like I'm not gonna like gatekeep fucking.
Bada bing,
That's
bada
like,
boom.
That's the word. Like
I'm
anybody,
walking here.
I hate people. Who
New
gatekeep.
York.
What?
I'm walking here.
What is this reference that I'm not understanding?
Bada bing, bada boom. Yo, Joyzy.
This is what's left.
Sleeping with the fishes.
I've been watching Sopranos.
No, but I legitimately want to see the movie. Sopranos is my favorite show of all time. I should have saw the movie today, but I didn't. And that's all we could talk about this, because you haven't seen The Sopranos, and I completely derailed. That was the most cringe way to force a subject of all time. You knew where I was going with that.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Well, there's a new Sopranos movie.
I thought you were making some sort of reference that I didn't understand.
No, you're talking about candy. I'm just talking about. Oh, I'm walking here.
I didn't understand it. I'm still eating pizza. I'm sorry.
You should watch The Sopranos.
I look like fucking shit, man.
Well, you like ran in here sweating, hyperventilating, like, oh shit, we got a pod.
I was literally on my feet for the past like 10 hours. Like it was a busy day. We got like a $4,500 shipment of board games, so I had to receive those, put them all out, split them to our other stores. Like
I went to a board game / like puzzle, like, you know, like just like a board game shop today, and I guess they had like an adult section. One of them wasn't even a board game. It was just like a straight up boob. It was like touch the boob.
That's the game.
That's the game.
We have a game called Fear Pong. It's like beer pong, but you're like supposed to be scared
with a gun.
It just has a gun in the box. And that's it. Like you fuck up, you die. No, I think it's like you'd have to do like truth or dare if you like miss or some shit. I don't know. It's called Fear Pong.
I'm just like imagining like Fear Pong, except like if you lose, you know, just someone punches you in the face as hard as you can. You're
like,
on the ground bleeding.
There's actually like a list of cards of like horrible like disfigurements you have to inflict upon your opponent if they fuck up.
I'm just like imagining like
it's like lose a toe, take an extra turn.
Honestly, I know this is kind of forced at this point, but there was this would you rather that I keep thinking back, and you need to answer right now. Would you rather let like a Mecha Robo Hitler go on a invincible year-long rampage? Hundreds of millions will die. Probably about 100 million will die.
Okay.
Or you cut off both your hands and a foot. Both hands and a foot, or like 100 million people dead. It's indiscriminate, not people you know.
I mean...
And you have to do it yourself. You have to cut off your hands and foot.
But do I have to know that I caused Mecha Hitler to do this?
Yeah, it's either or.
Do I get anything out of it?
You get one less foot and two less hands. You get no recognition. It's one or the other.
So
I mean, you can tell people
this is a difficult would you rather, but for me, like if I had to lose like my feet or hands, like my life would be essentially over. I wouldn't want to live. I'd be so unhappy with myself that I'd probably kill myself. So at that point, it's either do I want to die or live. So I'd probably let Mecha Hitler fuck everything up, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's actually an easy answer. I can't do that. I cannot cut off my foot. Like, can you cut off your own foot? No.
Well, it's like you either have to cut off your foot or shoot your mom in the face. Like,
how do you even cut off both your hands?
I guess you have like you ever go to school and they have like those big green boards for cutting paper with like the huge like machete arm.
Yeah.
Just put your hands there. And, like,
no, how are you putting the arm down?
Use your mouth.
Jesus.
Use your feet.
I guess it would work. It would just be very... I thought you said the big green... I thought you were going to say like the spinny thing on the playground and just like attach both your hands to it. I don't know how that would work, but...
But you know what I'm talking about, the thing they use to cut paper?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
School?
Of course. I kind of miss those. Like, not really, because I feel like they always terrified me, like, an insane degree, but like, just the sound of the paper cutting is a satisfying...
Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you think they use that kind of shit anymore? Do you think they have like smart boards and shit like that in school? It's like insane.
Well, no, I don't think they use those in schools, but I think like, you know, industrial level paper cutting.
Well, yeah,
they probably have it.
This reminds me of a kind of related story. So in grade school, we had, you remember the fucking projector thing? Like we had the projector going. The teacher was doing some shit on it, and then
the one with like the marker and then like it's like it had like that special paper that like
yeah. So the teacher like left the room for a second because the superintendent was coming in, so we went outside to talk to him for a second, and then this kid named Chris went up to the projector, and then on the physical lens of it drew like the biggest penis like ever.
Classic.
and then turned off the projector. And then, so we all sat back down. And then the teacher comes back in, the superintendent comes in and goes to sit in the corner to like watch the class, whatever. And then the teacher goes and turns on the projector to like continue the lesson. And there's just a huge dick on the wall.
And then the teacher was fired on the spot. Lost her job, couldn't support her family. It was a terrible situation.
No, it was like a whole thing. Like,
it was a whole thing. Yeah,
dude,
probably got cussed out.
We were horrible.
I think all kids are terrible, right? They have
we
no
were
idea
really
what they're
bad.
doing.
We took the teacher's grade book and just whipped it out the window.
That's one way to not get an F. Except the person who whipped it out the window gets an F, and then everyone else thanks.
Well,
them.
no one knew who did it. Well, I knew who did it, but
yeah. Are you gonna snitch? Are you gonna snitch?
It was Megan.
I'm calling Megan up. I'm gonna call the teacher up. I'm gonna find
out
where he went to school.
Do you ever like randomly Google people from your grade school to see like what they're doing? Like look them up on Facebook?
Not grade school, because honestly, I don't remember who went to my grade school.
Like you don't remember who like people from your like 8th grade?
I guess, but like, this is gonna sound so stupid. I'm like friends with people on LinkedIn, so I know what they're up to. Okay.
Okay.
It's just sad adult shit. It's like, oh
no, I like randomly.
Grader.
I'm like, oh, you're in Ecuador now. That's cool.
That's dope. You should be in Ecuador. We should be filming. I miss the bit where every single week I'd be like, all right, we're going to podcast here. And then I'd be like, some remote mountain in Bhutan. Like,
I mean, I you can still do that if you want. I tried getting my World of Warcraft account unbanned, and they said no again.
Your WoW account got unbanned? Or banned?
My WoW account. So my original WoW account that I had like 1,500 days played got banned in 2012.
Okay.
Like my OG account, like when I say this account was a part of me, I mean it. Like this is like memories. Like this is things I literally spent like 1,500 days. Like that's like
I shouldn't dismiss it, but I was surprised when you said 2012. For some reason, I thought this would be like something way more recent. Like, what happened? What do you do?
I bought it. I hacked. I did a whole bunch of shit. Like I 100% deserve it. But it's like fuck. Like it's the type of thing where if let's say I was doing that nowadays, they would have just given me like a 90-day ban. But it's like this was like first time ever banned permaban. Like.
Yeah, I mean, like when I played Maple Story, I bought gold with real money, and like my account with thousands of hours could have easily gotten banned, and there would be no recourse. For me,
well, they don't really ban for that shit. It just really sucks because I lost like all my like world first items from like way back in the day, like all my special mounts, special items, things that like have been like removed from the game. Like this account was worth like tens of thousands of dollars just because of the things I had that you just can't obtain anymore.
Why don't you just bribe someone?
What do you mean?
Like go on LinkedIn or some social network and like find everyone that works at Team 2 on Blizzard and
I've done all that stuff. I've done everything.
And just be like, hey, I'll give you $100 if you unban me.
I straight up offered people like $8,000 like for it.
Jesus, we're talking.
If I could get that account unbanned, I'd probably offer about $20,000. Like I don't have that money right now, but I would.
Yeah, I'm like, where is this coming from? Are you taking out a loan?
No, I mean like I would do what it takes to get that money. That's how much that like that account was literally a piece of me. Like World of Warcraft, like I like a huge part of my life at one point. Like
you heard it here first. Dana will be a murderer for hire. That's right, a hitman.
I don't know if I would do that, but I might
That's what he's saying.
Like I would probably like smart. I'd probably cut off like the tip of like a toe or something.
Yours?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Let's take this off the murder for hire subject. I put that car on the cliff, and now we're backing up. We're good.
Like it's just the whole thing behind it is like I'm at a point like when I was playing WoW, I quit at this point because I don't have anything to do in the game. Everything I left to do in the game is like part of like a 10,000 hour grind that I did 9,500 hours in. I just can't be asked to do it again. So it's like everything I have left to do in the game is just locked behind some arbitrary bullshit that I did like a decade ago, and I just can't be asked to do it again. So it sucks.
Gamer.
You ever been banned from something?
My original Neopets account got banned because I bought Neopoints with real money.
Wait, they banned you for that?
There's a consistent pattern here, okay? And also, it's called Frozen, okay? And I've had many Neopets accounts frozen, mainly for like telling people to die on the message boards. But I was like 12. Okay, that's fine. In fact, every single forum that I ever went on, I was like 12, and I was so dumb. I'm so happy I was banned. I IP banned. I'm happy that either I was banned and have no access to the forums anymore, or the forums have just gone away because all forums have died.
So I've actually been using a PHPB forum lately. Like, there's actually one for Diablo 2 that has like 20 active concurrent users at any given time that I use like every day. Pretty much.
Hey, that's fun. But yeah, every single message I've ever written on a message board is the most cringe thing in the world. I think the only one that still exists that I have access to is like Gaia Online. I was pretty active there, and I'm scared to look.
My Gaia Online experience considered me writing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just to get post count up to get points.
Sick. I remember there was a time I legitimately put worth as a human being in having a high post count on a forum. And looking back, I'm an idiot. Like, right? It's like, oh, that person has 10,000 posts on this forum. They are a badass. And in reality, that is not something to look
there's
up
like
to.
there's actually a couple forums that are still active. MMO champion forums are still kind of, it's all like boomers who played like World of Warcraft and stuff. Like basically the only people using forums nowadays are like boomers who like are playing old games that are kind of still around.
Yeah, like the whole appeal of forums, and I think why they really died. Well, they died because social media is just like better than forums at doing what they want. But like forums are cool when it's people that are like-minded and of a similar age group. Like I don't want to be like a 15-year-old talking with like
that's the thing
80-year-olds.
about the forums I'm using for D2 JSP for Diablo 2 for like trading and stuff like that. Conversation things, I guarantee it's all people that are over 25. So.
Yeah, but there are going to be new blood going into these forums because you want to just talk game. Yeah.
What do we actually have to talk about this week?
Well, okay, I posted some stuff that's probably like what, but let's actually talk about the big boy video game. We're talking Diablo 2 this week, but we should be talking New World. Have you played any? No, because you've played so much fucking Diablo 2. I haven't been able to contact you. I had to contact family members. I was scared. Called up your mom. I'm like, I think Dana's dead.
I played like way too much fucking. No, I mean, my problem, I don't have much interest in it, to be honest. It looks cool. It's like the new hottest thing, and it's like, there's like problems with like servers and all these people are having like 18-hour login times. I'm just like, I can't be asked to play like another like life, you know what I mean? Like I'm not really into like the whole George Washington or MMORPG thing.
Is that what it is? I honestly have for a video game podcast, I literally have like no knowledge of what New World actually is. It's a 1776 MMO.
Like, actually, yeah, like it's set in that time frame, but it's not actually like in America or anything like that. It's just like different like world type stuff.
Can I play as like George Washington with my cock saber?
No, but like, but people call it the George Washington or like John Adams MMO because New World, like going to the New World, like the colonies,
They have some pretty bad history on their
we're American.
Okay. Well, anyway, the game's like breaking every single record. People already knew that, but yeah, there were some server I kind of get it because like an MMO on launch, that's when it's most exciting, but who thinks that they're going to have a good experience on day one of an MMO? I don't think any MMO launch has gone successful like ever on day one. Unless it's like
never.
Hey guys, our 30-person at one time MMO was coming out.
Yeah. Like, there's not a single game that comes out anymore that doesn't have complete fucking server shitting.
Remember when SimCity was like the absolute worst launch of all time?
Oh my god. Yeah, because they had to be online for it and it just was like unplayable.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that's how like every single online only game is now. So that just set a standard. The thing is SimCity just shouldn't have been online. That's
so let me preface what happened with the New World launch. So each server can only hold 2,500 people, and when you have like 18 million people all trying to log in at the same time, like some of these login queues were legit like 20 plus hours to get into a server. It was like unreal. That being said, though, like they've since increased server capacity. There are obviously dead servers that don't have a queue, and they're like, hey, like if you want to play on a server that's dead, we're doing free character transfers for the next 2 weeks. So after things die down, you can transfer to where all your friends are, so on and so forth. So they're it seems like they're actually taking proper steps to alleviate the issues with the launch of New World. I look forward to it. It doesn't look like there's much content in the game. People just kind of describe it as like a really chill, like just like fuck around type game. Like if you have nothing else to do, if you don't have another game to play, like it's something to play, but otherwise it's kind of whatever.
If you want to play a good MMO, Lord of the Rings Online still has an active community. Okay, we're gonna play that game one time. Okay, when neither of us are, just going through life the busiest way possible, we're gonna play Lord of the Rings. We're gonna sit down. I'm gonna be Frodo. You're gonna be Sam. That makes no sense. My name is fucking Sam. All the way around, and we're gonna have a fun. Time.
You're gonna be Frodo, and I'm just gonna be you.
I'm gonna be the Joker.
Yeah, I'm Sam. I like stuff.
They should put the Joker in the Lord of the Rings multiverse, whatever you want to call it. The Similarian. He's damaged. I want to say, I have to go back to this because speaking of damaged, New World, etc., I just want to comment on the irony of Amazon, owner of famously scalable AWS. Like the whole point of cloud computing is scalable architecture, not being able to run their game. Put more servers on. You do.
Oh, they
this.
did. They did it like immediately.
Yeah, I know, but like still, like they have infinite scaling power. That's like the whole point. Like
the problem is like you can't. That's not how really MMOs work. Because like I said, each server can only hold 2,500 people, and on top of that, so it's like you have infinite servers, and then suddenly all of them are dead, and then more people leave because they're dead. You know, it's like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
So I guess the question is, once you're in a server. Is that your like permanent server, like in?
No. Like, were you listening to anything I said at all? They're giving free. They're giving free character transfers for the next 2 weeks, so like you can go play on.
They did mention that, or you did mention that last time.
I mentioned that like 2 minutes ago.
Okay, no, but I'm still confused because I don't play this game at all. I'm like asking questions like with zero information. I'm like a terrible interviewer. What I'm trying to ask is it like MapleStory? Where technically, in a world where there all modern MMOs, you can pay for like a server transfer. Okay, you could do that in MapleStory too, but still, it's like it's a legitimate.
You actually can't.
You used to be able to.
Yeah, they haven't done that. You haven't they do it like once every 7 years.
You could do it with the cash. Well, okay. Anyway, it's still an ordeal to change from world to world or whatever you want to call it. So it's not like if they spin up a bunch of new servers, they could just scale down. That's what you're saying. Because scaling down would ruin people's like characters
experience. Yeah, it would like you're forced to move or. Okay, or maybe they have these free transfers and then you're there by yourself and it's
that's a different scenario then because I thought it's like they just if each pod could just have 2,500 people just make more pods and get rid of the pods later. You can't do that.
No. So it's like pods. It's like server identity. Imagine like they just removed Baroa like from MapleStory. Like
they did
like that. They did. On a side note, I'm going to chug a little bit of a Dayquil.
Do not have it's midnight. You have a problem. You were literally drinking Dayquil on podcast. Don't try this at home, kids. That's fucked up.
Grip and sip. What? It's fucking what?
It's 11:30 your time, PM. You're chugging Dayquil.
So
you have Mao in the background. Your life's a total mess.
I'm like a little sick, so it's like I just took about.
I'm a little sick. I'll just have 3 bottles of Robitussin.
I just took like a serving and I took 1 serving and then like maybe like a third of a serving.
I'm a little sick. I'll have 1 Advil. Like that's not gonna fuck you up.
Dude, I'm rolling on that ibuprofen right now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that you should be in a position where people could listen to you. They're gonna start taking Why take Dayquil? Why not go with the NyQuil? Because we're in the middle of a podcast and you don't want to fall asleep.
In other news, I hate to do like the Dana hates on Blizzard Hour, but you see they announced the fucking $18 million victim fund.
This is not where I thought you were gonna say the creative director of Hearthstone is moving on to an unnamed Blizzard project.
No, they announced that they're putting a for $18 million victim fund for people who were harassed or victims of sexual abuse in Blizzard.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah. It's just like actually kind of crazy. Like every single week, it's like something worse. Like they're actually getting sued. Is it
worse? Is this
no,
worse?
Well, it's getting worse and worse every single week. Like, there's like more stuff. Like, I could have been talking about Blizzard things that have been happening for like the last 4 podcasts. I just don't, because you're just like, oh, data podcast, fucking Blizzard hour. Like,
no, okay, I was being. What happened?
No, that's like, they're actually getting sued by the feds. Like, they're doing like huge investigations, like all this stuff.
None of this
like,
seems like new information. I thought this was stuff that was known like a month or 2 ago.
No, it's all like new stuff within the past like 2 weeks.
All right. Well, I mean, like, I feel like the phrasing of more bad stuff is happening, Blizzard is giving money to victims of sexual abuse is not. That's like, more bad things are happening.
No. It's not. It's a good thing that's happening, but it's a result of bad things, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I was really confused in the wording.
But is it kind of crazy that there's enough victims that they need to put up $18 million?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I mean, like,
that's a lot of money.
Dude, R. Kelly's in prison forever.
Yo, shout outs to R. Kelly being in prison forever. Let's just take a moment.
And I'm stuck in the prison.
And we're ending the podcast.